Grace.
And my name is Jessica. So today we are going to show you about Howard Gardner's 8 multiple intelligences, the study tips for national exams, and many more.
So let me explain what Jessica just said. So our video will be divided into 6 segments. So the first segment, we are going to show you about who is Howard Gardner and explain about each of his multiple intelligences. Then after that, we are going to show you our chart of our multiple intelligences, then show you our most dominant and least dominant intelligence. Then after that, we're going to show you a clip of us interviewing some of our classmates. And for the fourth segment, we are going to show you where we interview some of our seniors. Then after that, we are going to show you the history of the national examination in Indonesia. And at last, for the last segment, we are going to show you 5 study tips for the kinesthetic intelligence.
So multiple intelligence was a theory that was developed in 1983 by Dr. Howard Gardner, which suggests that the traditional notion of intelligence based on IQ testing is too limited. In total, there are 8 intelligences.
So Howard Gardner, or Howard Earl Gardner, is an American developmental psychologist at the Harvard Graduate School of Education at Harvard University. So Dr. Howard Gardner is best known for his theory of multiple intelligences, which he outlined in his 1983 book, which is titled Frames of Mind, The Theory of Multiple Intelligences. So the linguistic intelligence shows that you're good at using words well, right? Either in speaking or reading or
So people with logical and mathematical intelligence good at analyzing and solving problems.
So the visual spatial intelligence means that you're good at visualizing things.
So people with body kinesthetic intelligence good at body movement and motor skills.
So the next intelligence is musical intelligence. It means that you're good in sounds, rhythms, and patterns.
People with interpersonal intelligence are good in interacting with others.
So people with interpersonal intelligence are good at being aware of their own emotions and can self-motivate themselves.
People with naturalistic intelligence always find patterns and relationships to each other. Yeah.
Look, it's grass. It's me. So the next intelligence is the musical intelligence. It means that you're good in sounds, rhythms, and patterns.
People with interpersonal intelligence are good in interacting with others.
So people with interpersonal intelligence are good at being aware of their own emotions and can self-motivate themselves.
People with naturalistic intelligence always finding patterns and relationships to each other. Yeah.
Look, it's grass. It's me.
So this is my bar chart's multiple intelligences. According to my bar chart's multiple intelligences, my most dominant multiple intelligence is musical intelligence. The score of my musical multiple intelligence is 93. Then, my second intelligence is intrapersonal intelligence. The score is 87. My third intelligence is linguistic. The score is 70. The fourth intelligence is logical. That score is 67. Then, my fifth intelligence is interpersonal. That have same score with my logical intelligence. My sixth intelligence is visual. That score 60. Then, my seventh intelligence is naturalist. The score is 57. Then, my least dominant intelligence is kinesthetic. That score 53. So, this is my bar chart's multiple intelligences. This is my pie chart's multiple intelligences. According to my pie chart's multiple intelligences, my dominant intelligence is musical. The percentage is 17%. My second intelligence is intrapersonal intelligence and the percentage is 16%. My third intelligence is linguistic and the percentage is 13%. My fourth intelligence is logical that have the same percentage with my fifth intelligence that is interpersonal which the percentage is 12%. My sixth intelligence is visual and the percentage is 11%. My seventh intelligence is naturalist intelligence that have the same percentage with my least dominant intelligence that is kinesthetic intelligence which the percentage is 10%. So, this is my accurate multiple intelligence because the results on the bar chart and pie chart are the same. This is my most dominant intelligence. My most dominant intelligence is musical intelligence. The score of my musical intelligence is 93. The average of my musical intelligence is higher than everybody, which the male average of musical multiple intelligence is 64. And the female average of musical intelligence is 67. This is my least dominant intelligence. My least dominant intelligence is bodily kinesthetic intelligence. The score of my kinesthetic intelligence is 53. The average of my kinesthetic intelligence is lower than everybody, which the male average of kinesthetic intelligence is 68, and the female average of kinesthetic intelligence is 62.
So this is my bar chart of my multiple intelligence. As you can see, my kinesthetic intelligence, 83, is the highest intelligence, and my lowest one is interpersonal, which is 37. So my first highest is kinesthetic, and the second highest is linguistic, which is 77, and the third one is the logical intelligence, which is 73. The fourth, naturalist intelligence, is 60. The fifth, intrapersonal intelligence, is 57. Visual is 47. Musical is 43. And interpersonal is 37. So this is my pie chart of my multiple intelligences. It's different from the bar chart I just showed you because when you add it all up, it's going to equal to 100%, which in the thing that I just showed you does not equal to 100. It has its own value. So over here you can see from my lowest to highest percentages. So as you can see, my kinesthetic, my highest one is 17%, and my second highest, which is linguistic, is 16%. The third, logical, is 15%. The fourth, naturalist, is 13%. And my fifth one, intrapersonal, is 12%. Visual is 10%. My musical intelligence is 9%. And my interpersonal is 8%. So as you can see in this pie chart, the differences are not that much. But in the bar chart, the differences are greater. So this is the picture of my most dominant multiple intelligence bar chart. So my most dominant one is bodily kinesthetic intelligence, which is 83, and it's a lot higher than the average of other people, everybody, male or female, where male is 68 and female is 62, which explains a lot because I actually like to play basketball and do all those other activities. Okay, so this is the last picture I'm going to show you. This is the bar chart of my least dominant intelligence, which is my interpersonal intelligence. So where as you can see, I score 37, where everybody else average, male scores 59 and female scores 60. So this shows that I'm not really good at communicating with other people, and I'm not really good at knowing other people's emotions, thoughts, etc.
exercise for the calculation-based subjects like maths and physics.
I prefer studying at home or at school because I can be more focused with the things that I'm learning.
Well, I usually study during the evening because at afternoon I usually go to school and I'm still at school, and then at night I can't stay late at night, so I have my spare time at evening. So during studying, I prefer studying indoors because it's not hot and I usually turn the AC on, and also it's not noisy, and I can focus more on my studies.
I prefer studying in a silent environment because when I study in a silent environment, I can learn more and I have the ability to study alone. I prefer studying in a group because in a group, other people can teach me of things that I can't do.
I usually study alone because that way I can understand it more and I can make my own way to memorize it. I think calculation-based school subject is easier because it usually just need logic and it doesn't need us to memorize a lot of things. I prefer studying one night before the exam because that way I can memorize it more. And although I study like the night before the exam, I will forget on the next day. So it's better the night before the exam. Well, for me, it depends on what are we studying. For me, studying school subject is not important because we won't use it in the future. But I think studying life skills such as piano or dancing is important because we will use it in the future.
I make a summary from my material. I study at some courses because I cannot study by myself. I study at my home at night because I only receive my exam material at night. I prefer to do indoor because I have never tried to study outdoors.
I prefer being in a silent environment because I don't like if there's so many people looking at me when I'm studying. I prefer studying in a group
Why?
because I can share my idea with my friend. I prefer studying alone because I don't have any private courses.
merit-based exam, national exam is easier for me because I'm better at memorizing something than calculating like maths or physics. I prefer studying night before the exam because if I study long, I usually forget the subjects. And yeah, that's why I prefer studying night before the exam. Yes, studying is important because if we don't study, we cannot speak to each other. We don't know what language is it. So yeah, I think studying is important.
In this period, the examination was called as ujian penghatisan or the final of examination. The Ministry of Education, Teaching and Culture made all of tests into essay. All the students had to write manually their answer of the test. Because it was essay test, so it was need many sheets of paper to answer the question.
In this period, the national examination name changed into Ujian Negara, or country examination. The schedule and the place of examination were determined by the central government. The material for the exam was all of the lessons that had been taught at school.
The central government during this period arranged the direction of national exam generally. Each school or a group of schools did independently the examination, which location and schedule had been arranged. They also determined the result of exam by themselves.
In this session, the name of examination was abbreviated as EPTANAS, or Evaluasi Belajar Tahap Akhir, the last stage of national study evaluation, and EPTA, or Evaluasi Belajar Tahap Akhir, the last stage of study evaluation. The central government conducted EPTANAS. Meanwhile, the local government conducted EPTA. The result of the evaluation was determined from the combination between the result of EPTANAS and the average of EPTA, with the daily result of the study that was wrote in study report. The passing grade was counted from the average of lessons that were tested in EPTANAS. The average of the score must not be less than 3.0.
In this era, the name of examination was UAN, which was the abbreviation of Ujian Akhir Nasional, replaced EPTANAS. The standard of the passing grade was significantly changed year by year. In UAN 2002, the passing score was determined by each lesson individually. In UAN 2003, the score for each lesson should not less than 3.01. The minimum average score of the sum from all lessons was 6.0. The test for UAN was made by Depdiknas, or the National Department of Education. The school element could not create or even change the mark. The students who didn't pass the exam could have a remedial a week after UAN. Meanwhile, in UAN 2004, the graduation was determined from each mark lesson. The score must not be less than 4.01, and there was no minimum average score. There was also a remedial for the students who didn't pass the exam.
In 2005 was the time when UAN changed into UN, Ujian Nasional. With the same regulation in 2004, the passing score raised to 4.25. The students who didn't pass UN Part 1 couldn't join UN Part 2.
The minimum score must be more than 4.25 for each lesson, with the minimum average score was 4.50. There was no remedial for the student who didn't pass the exam.
In 2007, there was no remedial. The students who could not pass the exam should take Ujian Paket A, B, C, the special final exam with some regulations, to continue the study. If they would not take Paket A, B, C, they could join UN in the next year.
UN for senior high school regulation had changed. The total lesson for senior high school UN raised into 6 lessons within 3 lessons before.
In 2009, the standard passing grade was changed The minimal average score should not be less than 5.5 for UN lesson.
If the students want to pass UN in this year, they should reach minimum 5.50 for the average score, with the minimal score was 4.0 for 2 lessons only and 4.25 for the other lessons. Vocational high school students had to reach 7.0 for their score in vocational practice.
In 2011 and 2012, the minimum average score was still the same in 2010. There were 5 packages for the test. The students in a class could get different packages of the test. It was aimed to minimize cheating among students.
The curriculum issues happened in this year. There were many pros and cons of changing curriculum in K-13 or curriculum 2013. There was also an issue that UN will be removed. However, UN still exists up to now.
So from 2015 until now, the government has developed UN system into CBT or computer-based tests. Not all schools could apply this system because of unsupported facilities. So they still do the UN by PBT or paper-based test system. However, the government is on the way to improve the facilitation for the schools in Indonesia. So from 2015.
So these are 5 study tips for kinesthetic intelligence. For the first one, you need to assemble charts and diagrams.
So for the second study tip, you gotta take breaks while studying.
So for the third study tips, you need to combine activity with study.
So for the fourth study tip, you should use flashcards and mnemonics. So the fifth study tip is to keep your fingers busy while studying. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. My name is Grace.
My name is Jessica.
And goodbye.
Bye.